Oh, it is time. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, your favorite podcast, Geek Culture Congress, is on live and direct from the interwebs.
the beautiful interwebs.
Joined by my good friend, actor and comedian Tarek Lewis. Have you checked him out on the Netflix show, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Let's remind everybody about the show.
Yes, I'm on season 3 of Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Season 3, episode 7.
There you go.
Of Outer Banks, representing a great show. By the way, great cast. So yeah, I got a quick little, some might call it a cameo. To me, I think it's an Emmy award-winning moment. But whatever you want.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. If
Yeah.
you do not get an Emmy, at least a nomination, I'll be upset. Okay.
Besmirched. They besmirch my name if I don't get an Emmy for my 24 seconds of camera time.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into what the nitty and gritty of the show. Mr. Johnathan Majors in a little bit of trouble. Yeah.
And a little bit of a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate to see that, man. When somebody is on the top of the world and they get a little stumble, a little hiccup, right? Huh?
Yeah. I'll call it a little hiccup.
Yeah, just to catch you guys up. Apparently, Johnathan Majors was arrested in New York. I think it was New York City, if I'm not mistaken. And
it was.
He had a domestic dispute problem with another female. I don't know why, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I thought that No. I thought Johnathan Majors was openly gay.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. I just thought he was an openly gay man. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I read it in an article or something, or I don't know. Maybe it was just bad information. Shout out to Franchise on Film superstar Joey Franchise in the building, DJ
what's up?
and influencer extraordinaire worldwide. How you doing, sir?
Not bad.
Yeah.
How you guys?
Yeah, we're good.
We're doing good, man. We're trying to figure out why Speedy thought Johnathan Majors was gay.
You thought Johnathan Majors was gay?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought I read it somewhere. I thought I read it in an article or something. Man, I made a big mistake. I was like, okay, a domestic dispute with a female. I was like, wait a second, I thought he was openly gay. Like I thought he was a proud. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just read the wrong information or a shady article. You know what I mean? That's probably what happened. But anyway, getting into the nitty gritty of Johnathan Majors.
Stop reading stuff out on Facebook, bro.
Yeah. My source was bad. There you go. Let's talk a little bit about Johnathan Majors, man. It's a shame, got hemmed up for some sort of domestic charges. Apparently, I read recently that she recanted.
I'm hearing a lot of wild reports.
That's probably the same place that I got the other information from. But I don't know. I mean, something happened. Obviously, police were called. He was arrested. An issue happened. A problem happened, and you hate to see it, man. Joey, on top of the world, and problems. You dealing with artists in the hip hop world, you hear about this all the time, man.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, especially for him being at, I feel like, the height of his career right now.
Yeah.
And he's being so sought after. I mean, dude had one hit movie after the, and it's like this comes about, and it's just really unfortunate. But we have seen, I mean, he's claimed that, and his lawyers have stand by the fact that, he's fully innocent in this whole matter.
That's right.
We shall see. I know Disney plays it safe, and I thought I saw that TMZ posted that he's been pulled from Marvel Studios, anything Marvel Studios related.
What?
Yeah, I gotta look
Where
at
did
it.
you read that? Because that
Discussing, I'm saying, like, it's hard to really pinpoint um
what's true and what's fake.
what's true and what's not, but
Yeah,
like
I don't believe that.
discussing
I
the Twitter account discussing
hmm
films, um who actually I follow, and I mean, I've always been pretty okay source, I
hmm
guess, because I have multiple sources that I follow on Twitter.
yeah.
I mean, they reference their source from TMZ.
Hmm.
So,
TMZ. Now
and
you're
it
gonna make me
happened. I
go.
guess it happened like yesterday.
You're gonna make me go to the TMZ website right now. Hold up.
From what I understand, and this again, like Joey said, like there's all these stories out. Uh, it it was his girlfriend.
Mm.
Apparently, it happened in a vehicle, in a car. I've heard rumors that he was the one that called the police,
Yeah, I heard that.
and that they arrest when they make on a domestic dispute, they arrest somebody, which or take somebody out of off the premises, which understandable considering, like, why would you, if somebody calls the police and it's like, hey, domestic, I got an issue with this person, you don't want to leave them there. You want to make sure everybody's protected. And that she is now recanting the story is another thing that's going around. But like anything, this is just like, you don't want to be, you could be a sweaty for a certain brand or a certain film line, but you don't want to be a sweaty for an individual. So as much as we may like Jonathan Majors as an actor, we can't just like, oh, we like him as an actor, therefore he couldn't be possibly that he could do this.
Oh,
But at the
by all
same time,
means. Yeah, anybody
but
can
at
do
the same
anything.
time, these stories come out. This is just like, it's weird because this is real life imitating art.
Yeah.
And we've seen all types of stories come out about who's going to be in a film or what the plot's going to be or what the surprise is going to be or what's going on behind the studio, and find out they're not true. So all these things we're hearing, we just don't know.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like another week before we know, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is kind of what happened, or at least this is what's coming out.
This is the most recent from TMZ. I guess your mileage may vary with the accuracy of TMZ. But claims alleged victim has recanted.
Yeah,
That's the headline. I don't even think we need to scroll down. We'll just let it go. But it's a dang shame.
Well, I don't think Wonan did more research on that because I just saw it on Twitter yesterday, and it was just like, okay, wow. Marvel was probably moving faster. The mouse was moving very
The
fast
mouse.
and letting
Mouse is a ninja.
they don't want to be a part of none of that. Nothing spicy. So the mouse will let you. The mouse will let you go. Trust me.
Yeah.
I used to work for ESPN. Will let you go, and I've seen people at ESPN get caught up in some shit, like small stuff, like like regular stuff. Like somebody got pulled over. One guy caught a DUI. I guess he was like an NHL analyst, and bro was fired like that. Gone. They don't play around. The mouse don't play around. But I think Marvel, if here's the thing. Remember they did that thing with James Gunn with the whole Twitter, the tweets resurfacing about him making some really controversial, very controversial tweets. But that was at the time when he was like trying to be like a comedian, but he was like a dark comedian, and people that follow him and were fans of his comedy understood that. But somebody found a reason. I think it was like when all the cancel stuff was like really like.
Oh yeah.
It was
It was really up there.
Interesting time.
Yeah, and they were just trying to get everybody they could.
Yeah.
And he said some really, it was in a darker comedy tone. But Marvel let him go because of it, but then brought him back. So
right.
I mean, we have seen that before. So if they do decide to make a play where they don't have enough information to really, sway them to believe that this girl is recanting her statement, and this thing was just a whole, it's misunderstanding. If they don't have enough information on that, I mean, Marvel, I think, will pull the plug, dog. They have shown they don't care how popular you are, what you can accomplish, and what you can help the studio do. Because we all know how good James Gunn is as a director, and they didn't give a shit. He got caught. He got caught in the news. That shit went viral. Peace
out.
I don't
DC,
know,
on the
man.
other hand,
DC said, "We'll take the
DC,
leftovers."
we'll run that for 1,000, please. Thank you.
we're banking on Ezra Miller.
Matter of fact, take the whole
They got
DCU.
videos of Ezra Miller smacking people. All right, everything's fine. Don't
Take
look
the
at
whole
this.
DCU with you. You can have it all.
DC was like, Hawaii
I
wasn't a
feel
state
like
until later.
I feel like we didn't talk about Shazam too. Why do I feel like that?
We did talk about it last show. It was just not as it wasn't appealing.
Yeah.
As you know.
Shout out to Sid. Sid is talking in the in my my Facebook group. That's why you guys can't see the chats. Shout out to Sid. He said major fuck up. You thought he's spicy. I think he's talking because I thought he was homosexual.
I don't know where you pulled that from.
I could have sworn I just.
Our sources are all off today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it his facial? He said, "Is it his facial expressions?"
I don't know what it
no, man. I just thought. I don't know.
We get one more guess. Someone's like, I heard it was Cam Newton that he hit.
Oh my God.
Where did you get that from? That's what my sources say.
Yeah, but it's so crazy to me. Like that's how you know, like he's a true movie star right now, and he's hit that pinnacle in his career.
Yeah.
Where like man, news is just flying about this guy, and this matter happened so like the minute it hit the net, like you're just hearing everything pop out about it, and you just don't know what's what anymore at this point until like they really get to the nitty gritty of what's happening. But I mean, I how I feel about. I mean, it's hard to tell, man, because you want to look at these guys, and the way he carries himself. He's very articulate. He's very well spoken, and it's just like to picture that kind of scenario. I mean, shit. I mean, but that goes with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know who they really are if that's the case. And I hope it's not. But I mean, shit. We've been fooled before by other celebrities. So
yeah, and I hope it's not all around. Like I hope this woman didn't get attacked.
Yeah,
you
really hope that.
Like ultimately, I hope that nothing
regardless
happened to
of,
her. I hope nothing did.
Regardless of how wild it is, or how wild the scenario was and what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I mean, we see how chiseled this motherfucker is. Like, this guy was in Creed 3. You know what I'm saying? He was beating Ant-Man to a pulp in the movie, and you know what I mean? Like, this guy is like, we get it at the end of the day. Everybody goes through their shit. Every relationship's got its, obstacles and whatnot. But man, for a woman to be attacked in that matter, regardless of the sense, I mean, man, like guys, I mean, I understand we got to defend ourselves in a sense, but like putting the hands on them,
it
ain't it.
If we're being honest, going to Yale is a red flag.
Did he go to Yale?
Wow.
He went to Yale.
Going
to Yale was a red flag. Oh, you went to Ivy League. Everybody knows someone. Ask yourself, what happened to your valedictorian and salutatorian in your high school? Guarantee you they're doing acid somewhere. None of those people went on to great things. The people right beneath them, the 3.5 GPA people, are the successful ones.
The 3.5 GPA? Like or what about the 2.5s? The scrape by.
The 2.5s are hosting podcasts. They work in radio.
Oh my God.
Them 4.7 motherfuckers with the AP classes.
Yeah.
They went on, boy, they did heavy drugs. I judge people by the SAT score. You're like a 970 or below, you probably cool as hell. Anything around the 1200 range, you probably a little shady.
I hope everything works out for all parties involved. There we go.
Yeah. I do hope he's cleared. Well, when I say I hope he's cleared, I hope that nothing happened. I hope it's and both parties can move along amicably. Look how I'm talking about lawyer talk amicably. I hope they can move along amicably. I did not hear about Marvel dropping him. I do know the U.S. Army dropped some ads.
Their ad drop that happened. I saw that on the news actually. Like, they were talking about it. So, I really hope that it gets ironed out. I hope that everything that's being reported about them coming to like to terms on shit or kind of straightening out the story. I hope that happens because it's just. The stuff that I'm reading is just like, wow. Like, Did not
Yeah.
expect that.
And a lot of people, I want to say a lot of people, it's weird how the social media works, because you get 5 or 7 people that you may know sharing the same thing, and it seems like a lot of people are talking about it. But there is 1 or 2 people who came out and said, "Oh, I knew him back in the day, and he was not a great person." But even then, man, and I will speak as a black person, a black man. Like, I'm almost like, I wait for people to say I was an awful person. You know what I mean? Like, you just feel like it's going to come, like, the moment you start getting somewhere, like someone's going to say something. So
They're waiting in the bushes to
Yeah.
yeah,
They'll be like, oh,
character.
remember
And it don't help.
this that happened in
yeah,
2001?
Yeah, and it don't help that everybody's getting. You could buy a fucking blue check now, so it's like that don't
Oh
even help.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can buy a blue
Yeah.
check anywhere. It holds no
I
value, and
don't-
everybody thinks it's real. Everybody
reminds
thinks
me.
like
I need to go
everything
buy
you're
mine.
saying and what you're doing is valid.
yeah. I don't know if that's on our purview for this show, but
Who cares?
That is awful.
Yeah, that
Blue
is
check
awful.
day. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was coming so fast. That I didn't think that many people would do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was very. I was like, wow, interesting. It's like it blows
Have you
my
bought
mind
yours,
how much
Joey?
that matters.
Have
No,
you
I'm
bought
not
yours?
doing that. No,
No.
I don't need a blue check to let everybody know I'm verified. I'm verified everywhere else.
There you go. Look at
There you go. There you go.
Speak your
Quote,
shit, Joey.
unquote.
I don't
Speak
need all
your
that.
shit, son.
Oh man, let's move on.
Mine's on layaway. I mean, I am going to get
Yeah?
my blue check.
Oh, okay,
This
eventually.
my little 700 followers.
Sure.
I'll be verified. My 12 posts. My
You should
700
just do it just
followers,
because that.
and my little check
No,
up
I
there.
have a homie that bought one just out of spite because he just wants to see the world burn. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you go.
that's great.
I agree with that statement. Let's talk about the world burning, and let's talk about the Mandalorian, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh, that thing is
Um,
still it's
Yeah,
still going on.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
All
It's
right.
entertaining.
I tapped out after the first episode, but y'all go ahead.
The second episode is the second episode is probably the best episode of all 4 episodes right now. But the fourth one is the third one is kind of like a backstory to another character. But the second episode is definitely worth watching. Definitely.
Yes.
Very, very good episode. Where you at right now, Tarek?
I'm all caught up, man. I'm waiting for that goddamn baby Yoda to grow up.
Yeah.
And,
he needs to start speaking. He needs to start like dropping some bars or something. I don't know. Let's talk about a little bit spoiler alert. Do I need to put the spoiler warning? Like I have to do. Yeah, here you go. Spoiler warning. Bam.
I looked at you. Good look.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anybody's watching Mandalorian, so I don't know if you had to say.
Well, just in case, 'Cause, people watch things at their own pace. On the on-demand world. We finally get the reveal of who rescued Grogu and the Order 66 from the Jedi Temple in this episode.
And it was Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, it was Jar
I
Jar
did
Binks,
hear
Joey.
that. I
You
did
missed
hear
it.
that. I did
But
hear
it wasn't really Jar Jar Binks, though.
No, it's the
Joey.
guy that actually plays Jar Jar Binks, but just now in human form.
Yes.
Yes.
He reprised actually a role that I didn't even think existed. I guess he was a Jedi Master in a reality show, a reality contest show. What's the word of it that I'm looking for? The name of it. Hold on, I forgot what it's called.
He was like one of the Masked Singers.
Yeah,
or
he
something?
was. No, he was. Yeah, he was like the judge, or he ran the show. He was like Alex
A
Trebek.
host?
Yeah, the host. But he
Oh, it must
he
be
did
in
it.
English,
He
don't
did
you
it
know?
in the character of Caloran Beck, who was the Jedi Master.
Oh.
And this is the first time, I guess, apparently, that they crossed over a character who wasn't really in a show into the actual canon of Star Wars. So very interesting choice. I think it was a kind of like a redeeming thing. Like
I guess,
all the fandom was hype because we know Ahmed Best, I believe is his name.
Ahmed Best, yes.
Best, he received a lot of backlash for his portrayal of Jar Jar Binks.
Nobody likes
back in
Jar Jar
the
Binks.
back in the old days.
Nobody likes Jar Jar Binks.
A lot of people from like your generation, Joey, that were raised on the prequels, they enjoyed the character for what it was.
No,
I
did.
I didn't know. I mean, I was
I
okay.
I,
He got
I
he
didn't
got annoying
dislike it.
after a while. No,
I
I got
did.
annoying after a while.
Yeah.
Like it was cool for maybe like a second. Then it's like, okay, well, this guy stopped talking.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a redeeming moment for him. So it was awesome to see that, and him swoop in as a Jedi Master, and he even had the green and a green and a blue one. Yeah, he had a green and a blue saber.
Yeah.
He was yeah, it was pretty lit. It
Tell
was
you,
a
man, you can't
pretty
have
good
Star
moment.
Wars without sabers, dog.
Yeah, no, he had a he was he had a two
The
samurai
double
style going.
joint.
He had a double
Yeah.
joints. Yeah, yep,
Well,
yep.
I don't know if there's a more iconic sound than that lightsaber. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, coming
yeah.
on, like when you hear that,
I think they've copywritten that sound. Can you copyright a sound like that?
You
I,
should.
I think so. I think you can or trademark
Yeah.
that the Vader breath, Vader breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and that sound of that lightsaber. I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything more. It's probably those
No,
two,
and,
and
and
then
the
like the
and
Friday
the
the
and the
13th.
and the lasers
Yeah.
from the X wings and shit.
Ah,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
like
I don't know.
It's probably like those things and the Friday the 13th and the Halloween themes. Like, yeah, those are probably the most iconic sounds.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Also, things that happened interesting in this Mandalorian episode was like another side quest in this episode, Joey.
always
So there you
side
go.
quests,
There's
man.
another side
It's
quest, but it was
Mandalorian is just
important
one big
because
ass side
yeah,
quest.
it was important because actually one of the younglings got scooped up by another monster and they had to go rescue him.
What are the
Yeah,
not the youngling, the
the
foundlings?
yeah the foundlings. There you
The
go. Sorry.
foundlings is a
Yeah.
young Mandalorian, so
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
young Jedi,
No. Sorry, my fault. You're right.
a
Thank you, Jerry.
young Mandalorian.
Yes, that's correct.
Which
I-
I think made this episode very good because you got to really see like, oh, the Mandalorians kind of badasses.
Yeah. No, they're
Yeah,
pretty lit. Like I could see them. Okay, in a battle with another trained Jedi and holding their own with their armor and their weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that's what that all their tricks were designed to combat a Jedi.
Yes.
You know, in the field of battle. So, you can see where that they can handle their own. They train. They're out there sparring like it's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu out there on the beach for Mandalorian. Smacking each other up, throwing each other on the ground, shooting blasters, shooting up a
What a Florida thing to say. I like that. We can shout out to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. down here in
They're out
Florida.
there. They're out there training, sweating. I mean, I'm sure there's no air conditioning in them armors. Boy, I tell you that.
Yeah. I think that when they did this season of The Mandalorian, they didn't really think out the whole no helmet thing, helmet on all the time thing,
Yeah.
because it does take away from like
Yeah, the
I will say
emotions.
as an actor, it
Yeah.
takes away from the human aspect. It's just a bunch of people in masks, and their voices start to sound the same. But it's just
Yeah.
interesting. It's basically a cult of
There
culture.
you go.
I predict by the end of this series that they're gonna get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I think Bo-Katan's gonna be like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Take it off.
Yeah, every time I hear Bo-Katan, I think of Boca Raton too. I'm like, oh, she's from the beach somewhere.
I've heard people say the name like that too. So
Yeah, Boca Raton, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, she's from a beach somewhere where old people retire.
So it's a good episode, Joey. When you finally get to it, you get around to it because of the PTSD moment that Grogu has, and you see the flashback.
Yeah.
How he was rescued. The rescue was okay. Some of the logic in the episode was kind of the other Vesla, the main guy, the father. He was like, oh, they always get away, and like, yo, like, you mean y'all just practice on the beach and a monster just comes and swoops y'all all the time and y'all not ready? You don't got nobody on Overwatch on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. You're supposed to be a military sect.
You just sometimes you accept that a pterodactyl comes and takes your child. You're just like, all
Like,
right.
yo, and then they chase after him and he always gets away. I said, bro, let's make a freaking system, buddy. Come on, man.
Nah, man.
And then
you just accept it.
there was like some other logic. I don't know. Where are the proofreaders in these scripts, bro? There was one time he said, the next time if they see him, he'll be dead. I think didn't the monster even regurgitate the kid?
Oh yeah, he spit the baby out. Yeah,
Yeah, he had the baby sitting in his mouth.
yeah. He spit the baby
Yeah.
out like a porn star.
It was cool because it was like some Star Wars shit, some disgusting monster Star Wars shit, It was
I
cool.
mean,
And, like in
scientifically
that,
speaking, that is what like the mother birds do
yes.
regurgitate.
No, I get it. But
It was
I don't know.
bullshit though.
But then
I guess
the thing before was like, oh, he's probably dead or something like that. They said, or as soon as he sees us, that they kill the person that the bird kills the person that they took. You know what I mean? And,
yeah,
and I
no,
was like, yo, literally saw y'all.
no. The logic was that they couldn't use their jetpacks to fly in to where those creatures lived
Right.
in order to rescue anybody. Like it took too much fuel.
Okay.
And they would always
yeah,
run out of fuel if they had to
Right.
fly in there, and they couldn't get their
Yeah,
types of ships they had.
that's how they took the L when they chased after him the first time.
Yeah. I mean, everyone wants to think that if a mountain lion just took their child, they would chase the mountain lion to its lair, but probably not.
Yeah.
Just lost a child, my G.
But it was cool. It was a cool building moment for Pat Vesla, I think is his name. Is that his name? That character? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, he was from the Vesla clan. And it was a good moment. Mandalorian helps him rescue his child and stuff like that. And so the beef over the dark sword seems like it's over. You know?
Yeah, it does seem like they're building a
camaraderie.
I think you can over Jedi with Star Wars.
Mm.
And I think what this season of The Mandalorian is doing is building up Mandalorians. It's like, hey, there's this other group that are formidable. Everything doesn't have to have a Jedi
right
in it.
And I like it. And I like it.
And for that, I like it. That, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You almost wish you would have started with the Mandalorian series. Should have started with this and then narrow down to Mando.
Yeah, it seems like they had a bunch of good ideas, but they were like, "Oh, let's do it in this order." Yeah, you know what I mean. I was like,
no, they didn't think this shit was gonna last 3 seasons. That's what happened.
Maybe that.
I didn't expect it to last 3 seasons.
I think they said it was gonna end right there with Luke, and then okay, we're done.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I get it.
At this point, I feel like they should make a movie out of Mando. They should even continue to keep doing series.
It's gonna get there.
Because again, it's like I said on the last week's show, it's just too many side missions.
We're gonna get a version of that that famous novel, the only only sequel that we ever got back in the 90s, maybe when those novels came out. The Star Wars novels, with Grand Admiral Thrawn. That was his first introduction.
I believe those were the 90s.
I'm forgetting the name of the novels, but I mean I'm almost 90% sure we're gonna get a version of that.
Shadows of the Empire, I believe.
Yeah, something like that, or Heir to the Empire. There you go, Heir to the Empire.
Yeah,
that's what it is. We're gonna get some kind of version.
Admiral Thrawn. We're gonna get some blue people, James Cameron style.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Well,
so
we'll see. But I hope the ratings for this one were better, or the viewership was better.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But how you feel about the whole trajectory since you've watched all the episodes, Tarek, right now?
I honestly don't think the season should exist. But
yeah, I think it's extra.
It's an extra. It's almost, I don't want to call it a money grab. It's almost like an attention grab. Like
it was like, we need content.
Got your attention.
We need content for.
I think they missed an opportunity to do spin-offs of Boba Fett with the women, with the Bo-Katan and her crew, and Boba Fett's. I think they missed an opportunity there to do that show, or to do that spin-off and have other adventures in this universe.
Yeah.
So I think, but I'm not enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, but it feels very forced.
The show was Jedi Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. It was like Legends of the Hidden Temple that you jump around and try and do like an obstacle course kind of thing.
Yeah, listen, if you're at a point in your life where you're competing for that show, get your life. You're sitting at home. Where the fuck did that?
What's the one like Red Lava? Was that the one on Netflix? Red Lava or There's Lava or
the
Lava
Floor is Lava.
Floor is Lava. There you go.
Where did that air? Is my question. That had to air somewhere like in Ontario, or
probably on
like
some Disney
Edmonton.
channel. Oh, it was a YouTube series. Holy moly!
Oh wow, even worse.
Moly, a YouTube series. All right.
If you lined up outside of a Circuit City to audition, abandoned Circuit City to audition for Legends of the Jedi Temple, I need you, and you were over the age of 22. I need you to get your life.
I almost tried out for the Nintendo challenge, the Nintendo World Championships.
I mean,
But
I used to live in
that's not,
Connecticut.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's not the same thing.
that's
There's
not
a
the same.
Nintendo World.
yeah. I
You
was in,
know,
when I
like
was in, when I was living as in Connecticut, I almost tried out for it. I couldn't get
okay,
my parents to take me.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's sweaty. That's sweaty area right there. Are we going to talk about Homegirl who got fired from Marvel?
Oh,
We talked
yeah.
about that last week,
We
I
did
think,
talk about
but
it
Did you?
last week,
we
but
never got
Okay.
your take on it. We're
yeah,
still trying
yeah.
to figure out why it even happened. But I mean, from what I'm hearing, is just because of like, well, I heard she's from, but everybody's gonna talk. Everybody's gonna come out the woodwork talking shit about you once there's like some bad news
Mm-hmm.
or some news breaks out about you.
Was her name?
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Victoria
Victoria Alonso.
Alonso.
Yeah, because I don't want Tarek to get in trouble just in case she gets another studio job somewhere else, maybe like
Oh,
a
she's
DC
getting
or
a
something.
job.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah.
get a job. But I'm hearing this because of like the visual effects stuff that was going on because she was head of all that, and the visual effects from Marvel series and movies have not been like the best, and a lot of stuff has been rushed. And Bob Iger's back, so Bob Iger's cleaning house.
Abigail
Yeah,
is back. That's right.
So he ain't
playing
messing
games.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't messing around. And
Yeah.
Victoria Alonso, she's been doing this since the beginning. It's Iron Man. She's been down
Mm-hmm.
with the Marvel Studio gang. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a shock to like fans and sweaties like ourselves who who really be up Marvel's ass watching like all the all the news and
Mhm.
and rumors and everything. So to hear like somebody who's a big deal in the building get let go and just kind of be very vague about why this even happened is I don't know, it's pretty wild.
All right. My sources that I got this from IGN,
Mm-hmm.
who got it from the Hollywood Reporter, is that according to a new report in the Hollywood Reporter, Alonso was fired over her involvement in the Oscar-nominated drama Argentina 1985, which was distributed by Amazon Studios.
Well,
She was a producer on the film, which seemingly breached her contract.
Oh,
Per the report, she was warned about the issue several times, and it erupted during the week of the Oscars, which led Marvel to ultimately fire her. It marked a breach of a 2018 agreement, which prohibits employees from working for competing studios.
that makes sense. I mean, we come from some media background,
yeah.
and contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
My contracts when I was doing radio was you can't be working for a certain company and work for a whole nother one under contract. So yeah, and
Non-compete game was
there's
heavy.
always a radius. Yeah, radius clauses too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit. That's tough though.
So that seems to be the reason. I get it's a very sticky thing because I get where she comes from as a producer. I don't want to just do Marvel. Like it's almost like they got you like, oh, you don't have to just do our stuff. Just don't do anything for a studio that would compete with us. Well, if I'm an executive producer at Disney, I'm only going to do stuff with studios. I'm not going from Disney to Tubi.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to do Amazon and Paramount or something. I'm not,
Yeah.
So
I think she
get
kind of
where
like
she's
she
coming
like
from,
I'm gonna
but-
do this and kind of dare you guys.
That's so wild
Yeah.
that Amazon would be competitor with. Well, I mean, for streaming wise, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like style of film, like Disney.
I think
doesn't-
apparently she told them or they found out and she was like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna do this or whatever, and then it got distributed on Amazon Prime and then that was the issue, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think getting nominated for that Oscar,
That might be it too.
it got nominated for an Oscar. That brings a lot of waves.
But like Black
hey,
Panther, Wakanda Forever won an Oscar.
True. Which is why they probably consider it competition now. Like, there probably was a time when she signed that deal where no one thought Amazon Studios would be a threat. Like, where it was kind of like, because Amazon at that point was getting into the industry. I remember Amazon offering like you could go and vote on what show you wanted to see. So you could go and vote and say, oh, I want to see The Tick. Like, I like The Tick vote the most. And you would go and vote if you had Amazon Prime, and they would put that show on. That's how The Tick got a season, you
Wow.
know, and a lot of those other shows. I'm sure at that time Disney wasn't thinking Amazon's going to be a threat. It was probably a Netflix situation or like at that time Hulu that they were worried about. But now Amazon having The Boys, I'm sure they don't want anybody going to direct, you know, or produce 3 episodes of The Boys for them, or even the animated stuff, even doing Invincible. I'm about to call them Unbreakable. That's an Alicia Keys album. Even doing Invincible on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't want them doing that. Or it could be some beef inside, and they just use that as an excuse.
Probably.
Who knows?
Probably a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. A perfect storm. You know what I mean? But
well, apparently she didn't. They said that the report states she didn't. Alonzo neither got permission from them nor gave notice to Disney about her work.
Wow.
As a producer. The attorney is denying this, so it's gonna be drawn out for a little while.
Yeah, that's pretty weird considering the fact that like Marvel got them snipers from like any leaks. Like I'm pretty sure they know everything that's going on. Like,
yeah,
there's no way a big head of the company is just gonna be out here just doing shit on the low and nobody not know about it. In Hollywood, you know, everybody talks to each other, so I would assume so. If it's just like any other entertainment business, whether, you know, us being in radio or whatever, like everybody knows what be going on.
Right. It's almost like they had an open relationship and then she caught feelings for Amazon. Disney was
it says, Hollywood Reporter says, sources say that Alonso did not ask permission to work on Argentina 1985, nor did she give notice. However, an IndieWire piece published last month on the film stated that she did have permission. When Disney found out about the project and the violation, her longtime service of veteran status led the company to give her a dispensation on the condition that she not work on the movie further. And she was also not to promote it or publicize it in any way. The situation of a top executive works on a movie. Whatever. I doesn't say that she did. Maybe she did.
I think people like in the visual effects department, considering like all the backlash it's been getting because of, you know, some of the lackluster movies and visual effects and recent Marvel stuff.
Right.
I think their displeasure with her and working under her conditions kind of caught up to her. That's just my prediction. It caught up to her, and, you know, it just got to the desk of, you know, the powers that be, and that's that. I'm pretty sure, because, you know, I'm reading reports and tweets and numerous accounts where people saying that, you know, she was very difficult to work for. So I don't know if that's one of the things. But, you know, everybody, you know, I feel like when people complain enough, like, you know what I'm saying, and you get to the, you know, and it gets to the desk of, you know, the top execs, I mean, pretty sure they'll just pull the plug. You know, I've seen friends, like, even in, you know, radio business, bro, like where somebody just didn't like somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's a higher up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll find a reason. And the reason for letting him go was just very, like, really awkward. I'll put his business out there at the end of the day, but, you know, like, people will find a reason to, like, let you go if they don't like
absolutely.
Listen, I knew once the staff came for Ellen.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that? They came for Ellen. I was like, shit, ain't nobody safe. They can get Ellen?
Damn.
Yeah, Ellen was damn near doing Oprah numbers, dog.
Yeah. They came for Ellen. Ellen still has her show. When they came for her, they came for her.
And they had other people doing Ellen's show titled Ellen.
You on Ellen. Ellen with Wayne Brady.
Yeah. Fucking Wayne Brady, man.
Yeah.
I think that's it on everything that I wanted to talk about today.
Oh, Liv Tyler will be reprising her role as Betty Ross for Captain America 4.
I love it. That's lit.
Yeah, and they have had some leaked photos from Captain America 4 also.
Yeah, those are surface.
But nothing too crazy.
There's a lot of behind the scenes photos lurking on the interweb for Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
First looks at Kingpin I just recently saw. And I think that's really
I'm looking for. Did you guys talk about is Punisher possibly being on Daredevil?
It will be,
we talked about that.
That will happen. Yeah, he's coming back. We have a date for Secret Invasion. That's going down June 21st.
Oh, lit.
Real soon. It'll be here real soon.
I get so confused sometimes between Secret Invasion and Secret Wars. So when I hear Secret Invasion, I'm like, oh, Secret Wars. Like,
No,
okay,
that's the other secret.
let me get my mind
That's
right.
the other secret Marvel has.
Yeah.
They have a bunch
But I
of
heard
secrets.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually, as time goes by, I'm looking more and more forward to Secret Invasion.
Same. You know why? Because I
yeah.
feel like it's more ground level, and I feel like there's not enough information about the show, that's like leaked or has been rumored to be the plot. So there's not been too much talk, but it's definitely intriguing, especially because I like that whole giving Marvel more intergalactic kind of spy espionage feel, where you're kind of going back and forth to Earth and space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something I haven't seen
Which
before.
Which I think is the future of Marvel. I think it's going to be this intergalactic thing.
I think this keeps, but I also think this show is going to be the connective tissue to like how Captain America 4 exists, and other like ground level stuff. Maybe Daredevil, Born Again, how those all connect, and because we're going to find out like who's been a Skrull this whole time and who has, and who the bad Skrulls are. Like it's gonna be good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. My big theory is that Speedy's been a Skrull this whole time, which is why he can't pronounce people's names right and
This is
shit.
very true.
He's just not.
He hasn't been on Earth long enough to really understand and properly pronounce people's names.
Yeah, and in his world, Kevin Feige is a villain, so he purposely
on the internet,
Kevin Feige
broadcast on the internet. He's coming for Kevin Feige. Feige.
Kevin Feige.
I think that's it for today's show, guys. But I watched a movie on Netflix called "We Have a Ghost,"
I want to check that out.
Yeah, it's Anthony Mackie, David Harbour. The main one of the main actors is Jai the Aloe Winston, Isabella Russo. It's actually really it was really good. The beginning was a little was introducing characters and plot devices and things like that, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. It seems like it's not getting a good shake on Rotten Tomatoes, sitting at a 41%, but check it out. It's based on a novel called Ernest, and
I'll be honest. When I saw the I heard the title of the movie, and like Netflix will pump it to you. Netflix will be like, "Hey, in a month, motherfucker, we need you to watch this." And Netflix, and then I finally saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, this is a different movie than what I thought it would be." So it looked a lot more interesting in the trailer than it did, whatever. So I'm probably gonna check it out.
What I've been hearing has been
it.
getting good reviews. Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons is gonna be lit.
I'm going to see that this week.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I'm gonna go see Dungeons and Dragons this week.
I'm gonna try and see it as well.
I'll be ready on Monday to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. I gotta go back. I mean, no one's as old as Speedy. We all know that. So I gotta go back and revisit that whole cartoon.
Cartoon.
I vaguely remember it.
You go on Google and then do some research. Look up some old Dungeons and Dragons source books. I got them PDFs.
Oh, and also, so apparently, like they made somebody, one of the cast members, or I want to say one of the cast members, trying to figure out, Marvel star Louis Tan. He was Shatterstar in Deadpool 2. Hinted at the potential plot for the upcoming threequel on Twitter. And basically, they retweeted the Marvel Updates account on Twitter saying, in Deadpool 3, I mean, we kind of already knew this in a way. Like, that's how it would play out. Deadpool 3, Deadpool will use Cable's time machine to save Wolverine before his death in 2020. And they end the multiverse sued by Mobius.
Oh, okay. I like that. I think that's kind of dope.
But I heard there's also going to be multiple Wolverines. And that at some point we're going to see Wolverine with the OG X-Men yellow, blue, and black suit.
Okay. Interesting.
Marvel has so many like trump cards like that. they're like they're like, yeah, we know you're not happy with us right now, but here we go. Silver Surfer, like Wolverine, and, like they
Punisher.
have so many trump cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on the under their deck. And meanwhile, DC's like Blue Beetle, like no,
Nah, not the same. Not the same.
not the same.
Don't hit the
Yeah.
same. What's the name? So apparently there's a bunch of like Shazam pointing fingers as to why it tanked in the
Yeah.
box office, and a lot of it's
Saying
being pointed at The Rock.
on The Rock. You don't want some.
Yeah, they turned on the Rock.
Yeah.
They're Tyrese and the Rock.
It,
I just heard it wasn't. I still haven't seen it yet. I just heard it wasn't good.
it's just not
It's
epic enough. I think that's the problem.
it's not epic enough. I want to retract the I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I was looking at it from a teenager perspective. Like if you're a teenager, you're probably gonna enjoy the movie. You just want to see a superhero cracking jokes and being funny for 80% of the movie. Cool, you're gonna you're gonna probably like it. But for me, I had to retract. I had to bring it back down to a 5. I think at that moment I was just living in the moment. Oof, yeah, I had to bring it to a 5.
That's
dog.
a double digit.
It
That's a
wasn't
double
epic
digit
enough,
dip.
and I had to retract because it's like, the more I kept thinking about it, it's like I really didn't like nothing too much about the movie except for the visual effects. I think DC's been killing it with visual
Oh
effects.
my god! Why you guys
They
almost
do-
let me
they
end
do
the
good.
show without talking about John Wick 4?
Damn, I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. I got
I've not seen it yet
I
either.
have
got a call,
my
text from homies that seen
review,
it, and they love
my
it.
non-spoiler review, ladies and gentlemen. All right, are you ready for it?
And this one's based on a true story, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. All the action is okay.
Oh man,
All the action is. As an action movie, I give an 8. I almost give it a 8.5 out of 10. It has some of the most brutal, interesting, long fight shooting up scenes, creative one-on-one battles that you'll probably ever see in an action film. But as a plot,
weak. I mean, we don't expect nothing crazy from John Wick. As far as I don't expect it to
it's
be
like a
crazy.
2-hour.
Like
It's a 2-hour extension of John Wick 3.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
isn't that what a sequel should be? Though?
Yeah, and I get it. But I don't know.
John Wick is a live action shoot 'em up
Yeah,
video. It's a video game.
literally.
It's everything.
It's what
It's everything that Max Payne movie should have been.
I was gonna say. It should have been Max Payne and like Hitman
Yeah,
is what John Wick, ended up being.
but no, they tried to tell a story.
Yeah.
No, we don't need a
Yeah.
story. We just want to see you fuck up some shit. And people,
Yeah.
give me a plot. All right, somebody fuck with your dog. Cool, go crazy.
Yeah, I need to suspend disbelief and let John Wick hit 3 metal rungs on a fire escape from the top of an 8-story building, and somehow get dragged away by a homeless Lawrence Fishburne.
It happens in
I
real
need to
life.
believe that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Every time I go downtown, I definitely have to get the plot. I have to give it a 6.5, almost a 7. It was okay because it was a continuation.
Even on the scale of being a ridiculous action film, you would give it that.
Because we go
Okay.
when you go into John Wick knowing okay it's gonna be ridiculous action, not
Yeah.
ridiculous like Fast and Furious ridiculous, like going to space with duct tape, but
This cat's really went to space with duct tape. That's
they
crazy.
did. They went into space with
Damn.
duct tape. I'm holding to that.
And it's crazy because I think
That's
I
my
think I said
description of that movie for all time. They went to
I think I
space in
said
that
this a
movie with
long
duct
time
tape.
ago before that movie came out. I'm like, man, listen, them cats gonna end up going in space. Watch, and then they fucking
Yep.
ended up going in fucking space.
Yeah, with freaking duct tape.
I said that shit as a joke, and they really did it.
And they did it. Hey, so Speedy, John Wick 4 or The Godfather 2, which one is better?
God.
They're two different animals.
Okay, John Wick 4 or Gone with the Wind. I need your
That's
honest
crazy.
assessment of those two
That's
films.
crazy.
It's two different
Yeah.
films, man. God. I mean, it's two
Okay.
different styles of film.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's how you
Yeah.
want to.
Because I wasn't too crazy about the plot. It was okay. The actions, you're there for the action scenes. You know what I mean? I mean that they give it to you. So I definitely got to give it like a 7.5. You know, and that's definitely worth.
That's higher than what Joey's.
Hey, he's
Joey's
higher than
we'll
Shazam, and it's definitely making more money right
We'll
now.
see what Joey's rescore is.
Yeah, my rescore.
We'll see what your rescore is on Monday. Yeah.
So, go if you're an action fan, especially of what I forgot the other character, the gentleman that's in the movie. That he's the John Wick Ford.
Is it Donnie Yen?
Yeah, Donnie Yen. If you're a fan of Donnie Yen, oh
Donnie
my
Yen
God, he's
right?
lit in that. He's doing some shit in that movie. That you're just watching the movie and just being amazed.
Keanu Reeves came out and said Donnie Yen's a real martial artist. He's like, I'm a martial artist in film. Donnie Yen is a real martial artist.
He does this.
Yeah. The most underused character ever in Blade 2 was Donnie Yen. He just supposed to be the dude, and he didn't bust a grape in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's all the talk right now.
It's got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
With a 78% on Metacritic, you know, on IMDb is sitting at 8.4. So there you go.
Yeah.
You know, there you go. I got.
That was a weird silence there, Speedy. That was weird. Okay, let's move on.
I was waiting for you guys to help me transition to something. Y'all didn't take the bait. So
that was a weird awkward silence.
That's what happens when you do a live show, ladies and gentlemen. Joey, you had something that you were going to say before I interrupt you with John Wick.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
All right. It's fine. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. I think we talked enough crap on the interwebs today. Let's wrap it up for today. Next week, I might do, if you're watching Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, I probably will have another show with Mikey Sutton on Wednesday instead of Thursday this week. He's got some more scoops for me, so we're gonna run it probably on a Wednesday live with Mikey Sutton at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, that's the plan. So, stay tuned for that. Okay. Stay on the lookout for that.
Cool.
All means, if you're listening to this podcast, make sure you follow us, Geek Culture Congress Podcast. You'll find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. And, Joey, let them know, want to listen to the audio version of this, how they can follow you, sir.
Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter at Joey Franchise, and of course on Instagram at Franchise on Film. Yeah.
And Mr. Tarek Lewis, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube. And at some point, we got to discuss that Joey's wearing that Utah Jazz hat. What the fuck did that happen?
Whoa.
What did the...
I'm just coordinating with the fit. You just got to see the full fit. I'm just coordinating.
The full fit, okay. Hey, you're a Lakers guy. I know the colors are similar. I'm like, how's that coming together?
Next week, I will have a review for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ooh, I want to see that.
Ooh. It's gonna be lit.
You ain't got no +1 for that, dog?
No +1, bro. They got me.
Right.
They said no +1s for that movie. I don't know why.
Sad.
It better slap.
I hope so.
It better be lit. So
better see John Leguizamo pop up.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, right.
Multiverse
That would be a
Luigi.
great cameo.
Something.
That would be a great cameo.
A little bit of housekeeping. I want to remind everybody in the Tampa Bay area, I will be at PlayCon Gaming and Comic Convention Saturday, April 29th. I'll be helping host during the whole event from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's at the Highland Recreation Complex in Largo, April 29th. Saturday, April 29th. I will be there. We'll be promoting the podcast and all the stuff, and I'll be selling some stuff out there and hanging out with you guys, and come see me, okay? April 29th, that's in Largo at the PlayCon. Hey guys, have a good one. Everybody be safe, and we will see you, God willing, next week with another Geek Culture Congress. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.
Shazam! Everybody goes back.
Tarek always leaves